that, let's see here. I'm going to double check to make sure it's going live on Facebook.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it did that. Okay, cool.
And make sure it's going live on Facebook. We are live. I am going to.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
Okay. I had to mute us there, or else we'll hear our voices echo. So
I was going to say, I'm hearing. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that was on your Facebook. Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah. So not Facebook. I'm sorry. On YouTube is what I meant to say.
Okay.
But I can post this week. You can always post this to Facebook later after we're done. I had to get premium in order to post it more than one place at a time. So we've got one. It looks like we have 2 people watching, which is a good start, seeing as I am a new channel and I only have 66 subscribers. Just to let everybody know, I am Stacy. I'm Trash, also known as Trash Carcass. That is my channel. You can call me Stacy or you can call me Trash. We're here today with a good friend of mine, Mandy. We're going to be talking about her sanctuary in Mexico. I am new to this. I've only been putting out content for my own content for about the last month. But when I saw Mandy's live stream yesterday on Facebook, I wanted to give her an extra platform for exposure because this is very urgent. Mandy and I first met in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, back in, I think it was almost 3 years ago. I think May of 88 or 88. Sorry, showing my age. 2018. And we met with Jess, who was the AV organizer for Playa del Carmen at the time. Mm-hmm. And I tried to speak Spanish to you, and you were like, I'm from the States.
Yeah. My Spanish is so bad then. It's still not fluent, but yeah, no, my Spanish was really bad.
Yeah, and then the last time I saw you was in July of 2019 and at the Week of Truth in New York. So, yeah. And since then, I have been watching all your escapades and you rescuing these animals and also all the hardships that you've been going through, especially, you know, not just COVID, but also the hurricanes you got hit with one after another and all the moving you've had to do and the building and all that stuff. So
wildfires even.
Oh, yeah, I remember that too. So yeah. Why don't we just start out with you letting us know how you got here, how this all began, where you're at now.
Yeah. So my name is Mandy, and I originally had moved to Mexico to be a scuba dive instructor and work in ocean and shark conservation. But I did quickly get involved in the activism scene here, and I will actually show you guys. I'll come in here and show you who started this, really. As our name, my sanctuary's name is Black Sheep Retreat. And so this is the little guy. Well, now he's a big guy. But this is the guy who started it all. We got a report of him. He was about a week old and he was just tied to a tree, completely alone, no food or water, and it had been storms all weekend. And so anyway, we needed a rescue. Prior to that, we had confirmed a sanctuary. Unfortunately, once arriving at the sanctuary, it turned out to be more of a dairy farm with all of their. Oops, sorry, I'm getting a call. All of the babies and moms separated, and they were taking milk. So obviously, it wasn't a suitable situation for our little lamb. So he ended up coming home with me, and from there, the responsible parties of rescuing just ended up drifting away until it was just me left. And I was kind of forced with the situation to either leave him in a life of exploitation that was offered to me by some other people, or to protect him with everything in me, which is what I chose to do. So I first rented a little bit of land and built something there, which turned out the owner wasn't so great. So I went to new land, I've kind of moved around for really long stories, but this is my fourth place that I've set up for them. I pretty quickly had also gotten Sky. She's over here. She was the next one to come out of the slaughterhouse, and then followed by Nube and Kumalo. So I kind of set up as with sheep, but we also have pigs now. And
now, how did they allow you to save them from the slaughterhouse?
That's something that I do have a relationship with somebody in the slaughterhouse, but something that I don't want to share publicly right now, just for everybody's safety.
I understand. I just didn't know if you had gone in and negotiated with the owners or what. Of course, we won't talk about that anymore. But I do remember that you used to go into you would post a lot about when you would go in to comfort the animals at the slaughterhouse. I knew they let you do that.
So yeah, there was one person who was kind of on our side after talking to us for a while, and he would allow us to go in. And he actually, towards the end, towards the end of our relationship, as now, unfortunately, I can't go in and feed them as often because all my food money goes to my rescued animals. But he has thanked me for teaching him to value animals, and that's a really nice turnaround story that honestly I would love. If I could buy this property, I would love to hire him one day, because he does want to get he's security, but he does want out of the slaughterhouse. So I think that would be a really great turnaround because he has helped us save many lives. So that's, I mean, how I got started was the last land that I was on. I did put a lot of money into fixing it up. And then, so here's little Regan just going through the hay. I did, and then I actually had to leave then as well. The biggest problem I'm having is that I cannot purchase land as a foreigner. So I'm kind of getting stuck at these walls every time I build something. I end up, for some reason, having to leave. And this time I am in danger of having to leave again because I'm a foreigner. I cannot purchase unless I buy it in cash. And tomorrow we have a very interested buyer. My landlord has a very interested buyer coming to see the house. While I do have a 2-year lease, it seems to be only protecting the landlord, so I can be kicked off at any time. I have sunk about $20,000 into the property, building the animals area, making it like the fencing, the barn or the shelter, all of that. So this is definitely my most expensive one because we were in line. We had been approved for a mortgage and everything. We just hit the wall when we learned that we can't get the mortgage. We can't get Mexican property with a U.S. mortgage, and we can't get a mortgage in Mexico as foreigners. So that's where I am right now, is that I do have this beautiful property and the animals are very, very happy. As you can see, Regan's in here digging up this is their hay house. Her head is way in there as she's getting comfortable. Everybody is very, very happy. Hey, Miss Regan, what you doing?
So I saw that the fundraiser is doing pretty good, for having a fundraiser for the last day. It's doing pretty good, but very far from the money that you need. So I think what we should let people know is not only are we, every fund, all the funds help, any amount of money helps. But what you really need is for anybody that knows of anyone that might be interested in buying real estate or investing, or who would like to support a sanctuary or an activist such as yourself that has that kind of capital, definitely share this with them. And you're looking for somebody to buy the property outright that you can buy it back from them or pay them a mortgage, right?
I would be happy to do that. Yeah. Basically, I just need not just me, but basically I need $220,000. Whether somebody sees the sanctuary and they love the idea and they want to contribute to that, or if they want to see a return on their money, I'm happy to pay a mortgage. Regan. But yeah, I just need to be able to buy the cash, which would solve multiple problems. One of the other issues I'm facing is with COVID, I did lose my jobs. Which took away my visa. My visa was because of my work visa. So I do have to leave the country every 6 months, and it is possible for me to be denied entry for abusing that tourist visa eventually, which is obviously a very real fear, as I am alone in this country. 100%. I don't have friends or family here, so I don't really have anyone to fall back on if I am denied entry. So securing a visa is very important. So I would have to buy the property in my name and then make it an official 501c3 and then donate it to Black Sheep Retreat. And then I would be happy to pay monthly. Mortgage, yeah, I would be happy to do a mortgage type situation if anybody can find that. Another thing that I have to offer people is because this land is so beautiful and because it's in really a central tourist area, it's very peaceful. I live in the jungle, so a bed and breakfast. I'm also a vegan cook, and so I offer a bed and breakfast with meals, meal plans included. And it's really just, I mean, we have cenotes, which are open water, freshwater swimming holes, yoga by cenotes, in-room massages. We have fire pits, really anything. It's just very, very peaceful. Temescals, is just very peaceful out here. But also we have tours everywhere. So if you're somebody who likes to get away on vacation and not just sit around, there's scuba diving, snorkeling, beach days, ruins, parasailing, skydiving, whatever you want to do can also be set up. So
what I can scuba diving for a living, right?
I did until
they're in that area.
Yeah, unfortunately, COVID did shut my shop down. We're not recovering from that, so my job is gone forever. But I do know I am a scuba certified instructor.
And you're also a hairstylist with Paul Mitchell?
Yes, I'm also a hairstylist, and I was a national educator for Paul Mitchell for 10 years, something like that. So yes, I also offer that, and I actually have another building on the front of the property that I was thinking hair, massages, and everything could be offered there, possibly with a little cafe, something like that. There are many ways for me to be sustainable here financially. It's just that initial purchasing of the property. But also what I can offer with anybody who would maybe want to give a decent sized donation to get us there is something of a timeshare where you could always have certain weeks available for you to come and stay at the retreat. The retreat is focused towards vegans who have burnout of living in a non-vegan world. So having this place where you can come and be surrounded by happy animals and also be in nature, I think is something that would be really nice to offer, and could be a nice exchange as well, to just kind of always have this place to go, but not have to maintain it.
And I can attest to how beautiful it is in that area. It's my favorite part of Mexico. The area is Quintana Roo, which is the state in Mexico. And within that state, you have the cities of Cancun and Playa del Carmen and Tulum.
And Puerto Morelos.
You're between Cancun and Playa, which is Puerto Morelos. And you're in the jungle area, but that is a big touristy area with all those things accessible. I think on the 307, is that the 307?
Yeah, it's right off the 307 highway.
Yeah.
So I'm not super far. I'm going to come in here and sit with Noche.
I'm not. It's a great place to go. I wish last year I missed going, but I was going every year, and I missed going last year because of, what was going on. But
yeah, yes. Travel has been picking back up again. So that's been nice. We've actually had quite a few bookings in January. I think it's only been about five days that the house was empty, that I didn't have a guest. So I do believe that this could be a really good self-sustaining income once I'm able to get started and grow. What I'm more concerned about with the growing is, now that I'm unsure about losing the land, is I can't actually build more animal enclosures. So now that I'm getting more offers for taking in more animals, it's something that I first have to check with my landlord. It's not as free as I would want to be, because at this point I have spent quite a lot of time working with another sanctuary and building shelter for their animals, because they also had to move. And while I've been in limbo, they do need shelter. There's about 25 farm animals there. So I have been focusing my fundraising and energy towards building shelter for different animals. But if I owned this land, I would be focusing I mean, I would still help them build that shelter because their animals still need it, but I would be focusing on bringing more animals in, being able to rescue more, and giving them such a peaceful place. Because I mean, this is little note. This is just such a peaceful property. Everybody's so happy here. I have been, like I said, I've moved 4 times, and Noche's been with me every time, and this is definitely his favorite.
Yeah, you've been through a lot. I just want to say hello to a couple of people who've joined us, Vegan Pixie Warrior and UK Vegan Family. I actually meant to, at the beginning of this broadcast, say thank you to Vegan Pixie Warrior and Vegan Gaze for being willing to help me at like a moment's notice last night when we decided to do this. They I had to jump online and ask them to help me figure out StreamYard. And even though they're in the UK, but they both jumped on and were willing to help me right away. And I am so grateful for that. And so we've got, Vegan Pixie Warrior and UK Vegan Family have joined us. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so again, for anybody that's joining late, this is my first time doing this, but Mandy had put out a live stream on Facebook last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say, our time. And we're on the same time zone, even though she's in Mexico. And I knew that she had been going through a lot in the last year or so, trying to take care of these animals and rescuing a couple more that she came across. And she's moved a lot and now is in desperate need to keep this land that she's on. So the amount of money she's trying to raise is a lot, but every dollar counts. And also sharing with anybody that you know that might be an investor or willing to help out a sanctuary or an activist where she can pay them back. She'd be willing to do that. The problem is we just needs to be bought outright because she is not a citizen of Mexico. She cannot get a mortgage. And also she can't get a mortgage from the States to buy in Mexico. So that's her predicament right now. And you go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to let everybody know that was joining us late.
No, nope. I'm not sure. Sorry, where I was exactly.
But they would like to stay there.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely my number one priority. And for the people joining, sorry, I can't see who's joining, so I don't know if I'm re-explaining. Okay. But I have put about $20,000 into this property. I also, when I moved here, I also had 2 people behind me as well. One of them was a Mexican citizen. And within the first month, one of them was behind me financially. One of them was behind me to help with these visa issues. But within the first month, they both just left. So really no explanations, but I mean, gone. So it is just me. So I have had the difficulties. The visa issue is the other one. So if I can buy this land in cash, that will also fix my visa issue, which is huge. It would give me a visa because I would own land in Mexico. But yes, as Stacy said, as a foreigner, I cannot get a mortgage in Mexico, and buying foreign land, I cannot get a mortgage to buy foreign land. I can't get one from the US to buy foreign land. So while we were approved for a mortgage in the US to buy land in the US, I cannot get one. The other obstacle that I've really faced is I have really wanted to just bring all my animals back to the US with me so that I can buy land and with the mortgage there. However, the federal laws do not allow farm animals to cross the border alive, at least. They are allowed to, of course, their bodies are allowed to cross after, but so that's the other thing that I've been facing. So I'm in a very stuck predicament of come up with this $220,000 in cash, or I'm gonna just have to keep moving around and rebuilding and losing all that money. But I will.
Stressful on the animals. I mean, I know it's stressful on you, but of course on the animals. And if you simply can't find a place that'll accept them, then, I mean, they have no place to go because, as you said, the sanctuaries are full, especially with this crisis. I think that's happening everywhere, actually.
Yes, I mean, well, when we first rescued Noche and we didn't have any place to take him, I did have friends who called. They said that they called every sanctuary in Mexico and nobody would take one little baby lamb. So now that I've grown, it's a little bit more of a dire situation. So yeah, these animals just have me. So I will I have flipped my life around. I've sacrificed every comfort, everything, my mental health, my happy, everything that I could have sacrificed, I've sacrificed for them. I just don't have $200,000 in cash. But I figured I know that we have organizations that have millions of dollars or get millions of dollars a year. We have individual activists who get hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars a year. And I know that as sanctuaries are a foundation of our movement. I mean, I'm also a direct action activist where I can't do that anymore because I can't be denied.
Mandy here is very active in animal rights. You've been arrested on several occasions, trying to speak up for the animals and doing actions. You've traveled doing this. I know you've given all that up to take care of these animals now, and you've really given up everything that you have to do this.
I have.
I really admire you for that. I wish I were a millionaire. I'd help you out, but I'm hoping this helps out somehow. If anybody's watching this, we'll share your story. And
thank you. Yeah, sharing, liking, commenting, and reaching out to people. I'm reaching out. There's really nobody. People have sent me some suggestions, and there's really nobody I'm not reaching out to because what the worst that happens is they don't answer me. But I think it's possible. Maybe the more people who tag any celebrity, anybody who might be interested, the more people that show interest in my sanctuary, show support, show that they want it saved, is more likely that maybe those people will take it a little bit more seriously. So yeah, sharing, writing to anybody who you think might be interested, even if somebody's already written to them, I think it's better for them to hear it multiple times. And then, like I said, there's lots of activists and organizations who get that amount of money just from our community. So I know that our community is big enough that if everyone who saw this donated $1, I could make it. It is a very large number. It's really unfathomable to me because I also gave up any financial security I could ever have by sticking here, as now I can't get another job because of my visa. However, the time for a job isn't really there either. But I do know that it's a very, very large number, but there's also a very large worldwide group of animal rights activists and vegans. And like I said, if I can't find that one person, which sharing, commenting, liking, it's possible, I do think with that large group supporting a sanctuary with just $1 each, I think it would make a difference. And I think a lot of people tend to not donate $1 because they feel bad. Every time I get like $1 or $5 donation, that's always followed by, I'm so sorry, I can't do more. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. If everybody was doing a little, it's amazing. So that $1 is not like, it helps. It really goes towards our goal. So if everybody who shares this or sees this was to donate just a little bit, I could get closer. I think if I made a decent chunk in a small amount of time, I might be able to stop any sale. If my landlord also saw, like, maybe I don't make 200,000 this week, but if I got somewhere close, I think if my landlord saw that the money was coming, he would also prioritize. He does want me to have the land, but in the end, he wants the cash more than anything. So he will sell it and kick me out if somebody buys it without a second thought.
Everybody's struggling now, so I suppose, if he needs the money, we can't really blame people there. Everybody's in a situation, but so if we can figure out a way to help you and him at the same time, even better. Yeah. And the baby, of course. So why don't you introduce? All right, so you did kind of introduce us to Nube and Kumulo and I think Regan. Just briefly, you want to go through the animals again?
I know oops, sorry, the camera's kind of mirrored. Oh, where are you going, Noche? This is Noche. He was my baby. He started everything. And he was about a week old when I got him, and he was just so desperate for love. So he grew up in my really tiny apartment, and until I was able to branch out and find land for him. Let me just get out of here. I'm just in their hay house. Then let's go over everybody's. It's getting hot here, so everybody is napping. But here's little Regan. Regan. So Regan is as probably guessed, she's named after Regan Russell. She is the sweetest, but also the sourest. She's like a little Sour Patch Kid. Like she's so sour to some other animals and sometimes other people, but she's so sweet with me. I love her. And she is sweet with other people. She just has a little whine sometimes when they're walking around. But this is her, and there's no change right behind her. So there's her little attitude. But she actually, and Noche's got an attitude too. He takes over, Noche. Um, she was actually just an amazing story. I was supposed to go to the store one morning to they get lunchtime vegetables, and Regan Russell's memorial service came on. So I postponed my trip to the store. I watched her memorial service. I was in a group chat, and I said after the service, I mean, I had cried. It was sad, of course. I think a lot of us watched it. And I had said how much I said I wish I could rescue a pig in Regan's honor. It's like I don't know how my landlord would go for that right now, but I wish that I could do that. And that was the last text message I sent before I left my house. I left my house within a minute of driving. I found little Regan who had jumped off a truck. So that was just honestly like goosebump. I couldn't believe it. Within 10 minutes, I have the screenshot. I was the last message in our group chat saying I wish I could rescue a pig in Regan's honor, and then I sent Regan's picture. Less than 10 minutes, I was back at my house with her. So
I remember you posted that. I do remember that.
Yeah, I think that was just such a, I don't know, I just feel like that was fate. I mean, I actually then said, okay, well now I need a Russell so Regan has a friend. And that week I had 3 pigs offered to me. So it's yeah, I don't know if Regan's working there. Regan Russell is working with liberating pigs from wherever she is, but it's just, I think, such a beautiful story. And Regan has grown. She was a little piglet, and now she had just little tiny cheeks when I first got her, and now she's got these huge cheeks that I just love. So she's so cute. And then there's Noche is very jealous. Then we have Sky over here. Hi, Sky. And she was rescued because Noche needed a friend, really. So I was able to rescue her from a local slaughterhouse, and Noche was just so happy to have a friend. They clicked right away, and they've been together ever since. Unfortunately, Regan and Russell have not been together. Regan hates Russell. Regan really has closed the pack. She accepts all the sheep because they were there when she was a piglet, but anybody new, she's not so fond of. And so Russell, actually, we have a couple of workers here today. We're building Russell a new outdoor space around the house so that he can kind of have his tranquility. Here is Kumalo, hi girl. And Kumalo and her sister Newbie. Newbie's inside right now. They both also came from the slaughterhouse. Kumalo took over a year before I could even get close like this, before I could touch her for sure. She would not let us touch her for over a year. And now she is just the most, I mean, she goes into this trance when you start petting her. I don't know if you can see her eyes start closing. She doesn't move. She just is so sweet. I can't say I have favorites because they're all so amazing for different reasons, but she is the most pure. Like, she doesn't have one jealous, mean bone in her body. She's just like the most pure little being of love that I've ever met. She's so sweet. I just love her.
Mandy, I don't want to interrupt you, but I do have somebody asking me if you have a PayPal, and I think that you do, don't you?
I do. Yep, it's PayPal. Can I write in the chat?
I think so. Yes. You should be able to. Can you see it?
I can see comments, but I can't see where I can write.
It should be at the bottom of the comment. Yeah.
PayPal.me. Gosh.
Grumpy Vegan Granddad, hello. He's asking about that. She accidentally left. Let me see if I can get her back. We're both new to this, so I think she accidentally hit the wrong button. Can you get back in? Anyway, guys, let me see here. Let's see. I am going to. There she is. All right. Yeah, you're
Sorry
back.
about that.
Yeah, that's cool. I was worried.
Yeah, no, I actually came back. I could hear you saying like it's our first time, and I was like, yeah, I'm here. But it was
Well, I had to go to the screen to try to text you. So.
Yeah, I wrote in the chat, let me know if that didn't work, because then
I do not see it. Hold on a second. Let me go over to my. I'm not seeing it.
Okay, can I just tell you, could you write it for me? It's paypal.me/blacksheepretreat.
Pal.me/blacksheepretreat. Treat.
And my Facebook is facebook.com/blacksheepretreatsanctuary. And that has all the information also.
I'll give them the Facebook. I've got that here. Let me see if I can share my screen. I don't know what that means. I'm going to share. Okay, I want to go here. Are you seeing that?
Let's see.
Can you see your page, your Facebook page?
Me, no. I just see you and me.
Oh, it's asking me if I want to share my entire screen. Application window is what I want to share. So, okay. Share. Oops. Share, and then I'll go to yours. There we go. Are you seeing that now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is your Facebook page.
Yes.
There you'll see at Black Sheep Retreat Sanctuary. There is your logo, which is Noche.
That is Mr. Noche. So the idea behind the name, I do love Black Sheep Retreat. And as I've explained, it all started because I was protecting this little black lamb who is now my black sheep. But also kind of to connect the retreat side of the sanctuary, which is a place for vegans who just feel burnout from living in the carnivore world, from activism burnout, whatever it is. I do know that vegans tend to be the black sheep of the family or the black sheep of the friend group, whatever it might be. So we are geared towards kind of that black sheep idea where we have these humans and animals who are outside of normal society. I'm going to come in here to meet Russell. He's inside right now because.
All right, let me stop sharing my screen here real quick. I was just showing a little bit. I don't know how that looked to other people. I'll see it later. But
I just saw it. That reminded me. I also have a cooking demonstration on Saturday, online cooking event on Saturday at 1 p.m. my time, which is in Europe. I'm not sure. You said it's 7 p.m.
4 hours ahead of us. You and I are on the same time, and I think that they are around. Grumpy, you or Pixie, Vegan Pixie Warrior. You guys can tell me. You guys are about 4 hours ahead. It is 1:30 here now, so I think they are about 4 hours ahead usually. Grumpy sent you $10. Said good luck. Thank you. His name's Danny. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Danny. I do appreciate that. Yeah, so I'll come in here with, this is Russell's, just his little house that he's in right now, because like I said, we're building him a new space today and the next days. But he does still have a pool in here. He's really just a sleeper. Hey, Russell.
We also got you also got another $40 on your GoFundMe. It looks like Nat said it's from this stream, so that's great. It's reaching some people.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's awesome.
So thank you, Nat. Go right ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, but well, I thought I would just pop in here. So we just had a volunteer build Regan a little shelter, and now I have sorry, this camera is like mirrored. It's hard to figure out. Now I have a vegan painter here, a muralist. His name is Meme, and he actually did a mural in my house of all of my animals, and it's beautiful. So he's in the works of painting Regan's house really nice and pretty. So I'll post some pictures, of course, when that's done, but he's doing a little bit of a cosmic flair. So it looks amazing already.
I saw his artwork. It's beautiful.
He has beautiful artwork. He does ship worldwide if anybody's interested. The guest who I just had here had his dogs painted, and it was just gorgeous, like with beautiful little like firefly details. It was just so nice. And he's also a vegan, so hopefully when I do buy this land, all of their shelters will be covered in his murals for sure.
Lots of vegans in Quintana Roo. I call it vegan paradise personally.
There are a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of vegans. Yeah. And I would also love to offer customized, basically what my last guest had done was he was here for 2 weeks. So at the beginning of the week, he sent pictures of his dogs and he was able to paint them by the end of the week, and he took a painting home. So I think that's awesome because I love animal paintings. And so yeah, this is Mr. Russell. As I said, he's about to get a door right next to him, and he's going to be able to walk out here alone because Regan is small but mighty. She's a little bully, and she does not like him at all.
She is a princess.
She is queen. Yeah. Hey, Russell. She's gonna get a little crown on her house as well because she has claimed queen. Even over Noche, she really is a powerful little thing. So Russell, he's just a big, calm, tranquil guy. He was purchased as a mini pig. Oh, you guys shouldn't do that. But once he grew too big, the family was going to kill him. I'm sorry for that banging here. I had them on lunch, but they're back. So yeah, once he got too big, the family was going to kill him. So somebody had rescued him from the family, but unfortunately they just put him in a concrete stall, just concrete, nothing else. He got no hay, no grain. He got fed dog food. He never went outside. So for 3 years of his life, he just sat in a concrete, very small, maybe like 4x4 room. And that was just his life. So now he's very, very nervous about going outside. It takes a lot of coaxing, but it does not help if Regan's little eyes are watching him, ready to go after him. So we are actually out here building. We'll have a little door. His area is right here. So we'll have a little door and a fence that can take him all the way around here. And then I'll open up the fence that they have already, and I'll give him the front area. So he'll be able to go outside and explore without having Regan. She's so cute. But yeah.
And hopefully if everything works out, you can just, with their separate areas, you can get them separate friends.
That is what I would love to do. Regan, I don't think she'll be friends with anybody else but the sheep. She is a sheep in no uncertain terms.
She might think she's a sheep now, and that's why she doesn't like Russell, is because he's weird.
Yes, she definitely thinks that she's a sheep. Absolutely. But she also, I did have some chickens. I was quarantining some chickens here, and she did not like them either. So I think she's just closed the pack. This is it. Nobody else is allowed. So if I am able to buy the land, then yes, this is just going to be their space. Anybody new is going to have new space. I am actually on track. I do believe a calf will be arriving, pending if another sanctuary closer to him can take him. But if not, he should be arriving next week. So
I love baby cows. I love cows, but calves.
Yeah.
He's,
I think 5 days old right now. So yeah,
I know that the sanctuary I work with here, they raised 2 boys, and the one, he was very sickly from what they had been feeding him, and it's very scary when they're that young and they're not able to feed from their mothers. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yes, I've done. Yep, I'm ready to take that on. Really, just to get them out of there. Here is another example of where purchasing the land would be in everybody's best interest, because I would love to get his mother out of there too. Right now, I can't build a space for 2 cows, and it was a little bit of a stretch to get an okay for a calf with my landlord. So if I could own this land, then in a heartbeat, I would have him and his mother out of the dairy farm. Would be my ideal situation, so that he would not only have another calf, but he wouldn't have to be separated from his mother, or have another cow for company, but he wouldn't have to be separated from his mother. And just looking around this land a little bit, it does sit on 6.7 acres. As I said before, I have this building. I put about $20,000 into it. Getting internet, it has internet, electricity, everything, which is a plus. A lot of land that you buy here, especially out in the jungle, you're gonna have to do all of that. And if it's not even close to power sources, you're looking at least 20 grand to put electricity in, for everything that you need. And then you have to drill wells to get water. It's just the amount that I could get this land for is a very good deal, because I do have these structures that I put in, another area, another little house for chickens that's near my house, and then I have another decent sized building in the front, and I have, like I said, the water, everything, cenotes for a natural pool, and 6.7 acres and a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. So that's allowed me to do a little bit of the retreat right now. And I would continue. My mom would actually want to be coming down here to help me with the sanctuary. She is the one who was trying to get a mortgage so we could get a sanctuary. And she's also vegan, and she's also amazing with animals. Kumalo she was one of I do love to pull the palms down for them. But Kumalo was my mom was one of the first people that Kumalo opened up with. So she would be a really good person to enjoy the sanctuary with. And she could live in the Airbnb some of the times when it's not rented, but the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom gives us an option to give a private Airbnb or a private bed and breakfast. So as far as the property itself, it's really a gold mine for a sanctuary. It's not too far from town that it's so inconvenient. I'm still like 15 minutes to the grocery store, but it's far enough that I am in the jungle and I have the peace of nobody else around. The animals have the peace of nobody else around. No loud music, no nothing. It's just very, very peaceful. And then for the retreat side as well. So 6.7 acres. I would also love to build a cement wall around the entire, or most of the property at least, and allow kind of a free ranging of cows, so that, or for a lot of the animals, but cows especially, so that they don't feel like they're locked in anywhere. These guys don't feel locked in, especially with the wooden posts, but unless it's food time, they want to get their food outside the shelter. But other than that, they're pretty open. They have lots of space to run, and they frolic around all the time. Noche has the best frolic I've ever seen. And I do have videos of his frolicking on him and Regan actually frolic together. Our pig, they get each other going and they chase each other around, and it's so cute. And
I like
again,
the videos that you play. Is it Instagram or were they TikTok videos?
I've been posting TikTok. Yeah. I've gotten into TikTok because it is really fun to put music behind their little antics.
I saw it posted on Facebook. I don't have TikTok, but I saw you posted the TikTok videos on Facebook, and it was really cute.
Yeah, I am definitely sharing those around because I just love some of the music. I mean, some of the timing in the music is perfect with their running, so it is fun to do that. Again, yeah, here's little Kumalo. She's just such a love. So again, I mean, the other side too is, as much as I would like to be in the US, because I do have a very difficult time learning languages. I still don't speak Spanish fluently. There are a lot of luxuries that I've given up that I would love to return to in the US. Something as simple as like a bathtub or hot water for more than 3 minutes, like something like that would be just little tiny things that add up. However, sanctuaries are really, really needed here. It's just there are not enough of them for the amount. I mean, there's never enough of them, but no matter where you are, there's always more animals to rescue, but it's definitely a need here. There's just not enough resources. It's just something that would be really good to have here. And I would definitely love to welcome as many animals as I could, while still giving quality care to each and every one of them. So also with my mom's help, I think that would be a lot more attainable, because it's just the vibe. She's a very calm and tranquil person, and they love her also. So I think that we could really provide a beautiful home for a lot of animals. I do talk a bit about the retreat side because I think that I love to share as well. I love for people to visit and meet the animals, because I do feel like I give a lot of their personal stories, you kind of get to know their personalities through the internet. So I like to share that, and I think it's something people would be interested in. But of course, first and foremost, always comes the animals. And it will still be, of course, a nonprofit. Any income made from the B&B goes straight back into building or feeding or whatever has to be done for the animals. Everything that I have ever goes back into the animals. I don't even think much in like dollars anymore. I think of like, oh, that could pay for this for them. It's more of everything goes back to them. So it will always first and foremost be a sanctuary, and animal care will always come first. But I do like to be able to share, and I do think it would be valuable to have a place where people can just go and be around the happy animals and still be on their vacation and still enjoy what Mexico has to offer.
I tell you what, why don't you elaborate more on exactly what the retreat, what your vision of that is, your cooking, what's available around there. I'm going to give you the screen for a minute. I'm not leaving you.
Okay.
I do have to step away from the computer just for 1 minute, but I just want you to go ahead and tell everybody about that, and I'll give you the screen. Okay.
Yeah. So the retreat, it is Black Sheep Retreat Sanctuary. So it is a retreat for humans as well as animals. I love. She's just the sweetest. We usually in the mornings we just have kind of like forehead touching times where we just place our foreheads together and she just stands like that. She's just so sweet. But sorry, I'll go back to the retreat. So the retreat is meant for, of course, non-vegans are welcome if they want to learn about veganism, anything like that. But it is geared more towards vegans, activists who are possibly experiencing burnout, or, I mean, you don't have to be experiencing burnout. You just want to take a vacation and visit a sanctuary. I am very central to a lot of the touristy things that you can do, the ruins, the skydiving, snorkeling, scuba diving, beaches, cenotes, temescals I would actually have on property. So it gives me, because of this very, very peaceful property, it gives me the unique ability to offer the Airbnb where you can stay on property the whole time if you want. You could do yoga classes by the cenotes, swim in the natural swimming pool, which is cenote swimming pool basically, in-room massages, spa treatments, because people, we actually have multiple vegans lined up for this, a vegan massage therapist who would also do that. So as much as the staff as I can, finding all vegans. But so you could stay on property and just chill in the jungle, or if you're somebody who likes to do things more, you could always go off, do the snorkeling. The tours is something that I could also organize and have set up and ready for you. So working with other tour agencies, so transport and everything would be all set. I'm also a vegan cook, and I do post my meals on the Facebook as well. I'm creating a menu right now. Most of it's whole foods, plant-based, but all with a really comfort food twist. But I'll also be offering regular comfort food like pizzas and stuff like that. But pizzas, salads, smoothie bowls, tacos, of course, crunch wraps. I am doing a cooking show, a cooking event on Saturday, and I will be making plant-based nacho cheese, crunch wrap supreme, and guacamole and pico de gallo. So I do have that advertised on the Facebook, and if you want to cook along with me, it's going to be through Zoom, and I have the Zoom and Facebook Live, and I have the ingredients list posted so you can prepare and be ready to cook with me.
So is that going to be is that on your retreat page, or is that on your personal page? Which page would they look for that on?
It will be on the live. I'll go live from my personal page, but I will post the link. I'll go live from the event page, and I'll post the link to the event on on the retreat page.
Okay. And Thomas is in the chat. Hi, Thomas Chang.
Hi, Tom.
And he said, can you hook up with activists in Mexico that are about animal care and start more of a culture that values sanctuaries?
I think
you've tried that, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yeah, and the activists here, I find, while they do see the value in sanctuaries, I have had some in Cancun have come and helped as much as they can, but I see more effort put on the education side of of speciesism. So education, it's also such a different culture, and I know that everybody's struggling right now, but to get financial help here is very difficult in Mexico. And there are some Mexican sanctuaries, so I tend to not, as a foreigner, I tend to not try to take those resources from those sanctuaries when I do have the ability to reach people, maybe more people outside of Mexico, especially with my language skills. Oh, Nacho, with my, oh my gosh. Nacho is he loves to be pet. So I do invite the activists to come and meet the animals, and they have helped with the footing. At my last sanctuary, kind of change all the footing down because also with all of our hurricanes and storms constantly, things have to be upkept. So I have had some help, but definitely I won't be able to reach my goal to buy this land through anybody who I know here, unfortunately. But I do think as a community worldwide, I think that is possible.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate too, because there are a lot of expats there that have money. You just you know more of the resident the natives, don't you? Than the
actually, you would be surprised how little support I get posting in the expats groups. I get actually not even support. I would say I get resistance.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just not a place where helping animals is top priority. I have reached. Yeah, usually when I reach out and
since there are so many vegan restaurants, I figured that was because of the tourism. You would think that there would be people that would, the tourists are, you would think that they are in sync with that.
The tourists, I believe they are, and I have had actually quite a lot of visitors come, tourist visitors, and they've been very, very supportive. The expats, not so much. A lot of the expats are just the older generation who has moved down here to just live a life of.
They don't want to be bothered. I see what you mean.
Just go to the beach and hang out, and it's always, most of the feedback that I get is that people need help, animals don't. Or if I post in Playa del Carmen expats, I get reamed out for posting in Playa del Carmen, even though it's only a half hour away. It's not their city. Puerto Morelos isn't their city, so it's not their problem.
Thomas left another comment, says, get local with the local DXC and start an animal care team and set up a sanctuary days where they volunteer and spread the beauty of what you do.
I wish that we had a DXC team here. We do have one in Mexico City. Mexico City, for an idea, is like Rhode Island to Florida. Sorry, I'm from Rhode Island, so that's probably not everybody even knows Rhode Island, so I should say New York to Florida.
Yeah.
And I know you have a lot of people from Europe. I have no idea distance-wise, but it's a flight away. So I do have.
How's that? England to Spain.
What's that?
Maybe it's like England to the southern tip of Spain.
Yeah, it's a flight. I do actually have a couple activists coming next month from Mexico City, and they're going to come and stay. They said if I had to, for example, I have to run to Texas to renew my visa or something like that, as I mentioned, because I'm now on a tourist visa. They did say that I can count on them for animal care, so that's a huge relief. Right now, flights are like $10, so I am very, very, very grateful to have a couple activists who I can really count on to come for animal care and help me there. But unfortunately, we don't have a DXC. Being in Mexico, where corruption is more open, it's not something that all the activists have felt comfortable starting. I personally wanted to start one, but I cannot because I can't risk deportation. And as a foreigner, I'm not supposed to be doing any activism. So while I did do activism here prior to having the sanctuary, that's something that I had to give up. So I can't organize as far as that goes from here, unfortunately. But I know Mexico City does have a good DXC team. They're just a bit too far away.
They have a lot of hardcore activists in Mexico City. Well, all around Mexico, really, it's really great. But yeah, there's different styles in different places. But yeah, when you have a sanctuary, it's like when I had my boy when he was still alive, I couldn't do as much activism, like more than doing cubes, like anything more intense, you know what I mean? Because I just can't be arrested when I have somebody in my care. Now that you have a sanctuary, you can't risk that.
I can't, no. And I already, at least driving, and I was told flying, I already can't cross the border into Canada. So it's just not something, even to do activism in the US, is now something I can't risk. Again, if I was if I had my resident card, I could take those risks while I was in the US without worrying about it. But right now, as a tourist visa, I can't do any activism, which has definitely been a challenge for me to give up, because as much as I love taking care of these animals, and I'm so happy to carry them from the slaughterhouse to the sanctuary and see it through, I'm also very much painfully aware of everybody who I leave behind, which was why I did continue to do direct action and investigations and whatever needed to be done. So that was a very hard decision to give that up. But I have these animals in my care, and I'm doing the best that I can for them. One thing that I have found pretty interesting is I have actually gotten more non-vegan followers and comments and messages with the sanctuary than I ever did with my activism. So I've had people who really, I've tried to get through to them for years, and they're the type of people who would just get up and walk away if I started to talk about it, anything like that. And they've not only messaged me telling me that I'm reaching a lot of people, and even them, with my stories of Regan and Russell, and like, oh my God, he was actually smiling. Like, I'm actually having them add their friends, like message me to add their friends who aren't vegan either. So they're actually talking and telling my animal stories in their non-vegan groups, which I think that has been helping me not so much give up activism, but it's been helping with the fact that I haven't been able to do activism. The fact that I'm still seeing that I'm reaching people just through the stories, really posting the intimate stories of the animals, because they're really getting to know everybody. Like I said, since I am out here alone, and I don't have the local support of, like, a lot of sanctuaries, just as Tom said, will have activists come or vegans come and meet the animals. That's not as achievable for me because I'm so far away from everybody. So I really have to build that connection online for people to know the animals, and I'm seeing a lot of feedback from that from non-vegans, which yeah, I have way more non-vegans following me now with the sanctuary. So that's definitely a plus, and as I could grow, I think that would just only give them more outlook on all different species and all different personalities. And so I still am seeing the activism. Of course, sanctuary work is activism. I know it's different, but I'm really seeing the results of that, which I think is great. And I know I have talked about marketing the retreat to vegans, but of course I would accept non-vegans who are open to veganism and add the additional cooking classes, plant-based meal classes, anything like that, as just, again, a way to be self-sustainable between the retreat, the tours, and all of that. And I also, I mean, I have quite a few ways to make myself financially sustainable monthly, quite a few ideas. For example, one of the things that's really missing in this state is places to walk your dogs, nice places to walk your dogs. So I would love to line the property with a fence, like a small fenced-in trail area, so that people could bring their dogs off leash. Again, the dog area would be all fenced in, so there would be no risk to my animals. And just provide a place where they could pay a little bit of money and just have a nice, maybe once a week, twice a week walk, or a companion animal boarding type of situation. A lot of different ideas because of the expats who are traveling all the time, a lot of different ways that I could become self-sustainable financially every month. Again, it's just that $220,000, that's wall that I'm hitting. But if I can reach that, if I can reach close to that goal and maybe somehow get the rest in a loan, something like that, I think that the potential is really unlimited here, because everything that I'm doing so far, I'm seeing very good results, and the animals are just so happy here. Definitely the happiest that I've seen them. They've just opened up more and more. It's almost like, I like to think, I've kind of put it as before, like when you start talking to somebody, like, you know that you like them, and you open up a little bit more, but then when you realize that you love somebody, you're just like really just become this new person. And I feel like they have just all become these new people, especially Kumalo. And they're just getting more and more comfortable. And it's just really beautiful to watch because, like I said, all of them were from Slaughterhouse, except Russell. All of them were from Slaughterhouse to Sanctuary here. So I've really gotten to see everybody's transformation. And I would love to provide that to more beings, whoever I can. I would love to give that home to. So yeah,
Yes.
I really
Anyone watching this again, please share. That's the biggest thing you can do, even if you can donate. Share so it may reach somebody that is interested in helping a sanctuary in this way. It is a large number. It is a big amount. That doesn't mean that every dollar doesn't count. However, I think in this case, even more so, it helps to share until it reaches the right person.
exactly.
So anyway, we've been on here for about an hour. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you have a busy schedule taking care of the animals. And if we make this too long, I'm afraid people won't watch the replay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally understand. An hour is good. Yeah, I mean, again, my final, if I would say, call to action. I don't usually push asking for donations, but I mean, every dollar, if everybody can donate $1, that's a huge thing. I think we've lost Stacy. But also sharing. Oh, there you are. So yeah, every dollar counts. Huh?
I'm just giving you the floor for the end.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Okay. So yeah, every dollar makes a huge difference, especially when I'm trying to reach a mass amount of people. I posted a live yesterday. I think it had like 3,000 views, but I haven't hit $3,000 in my fundraiser. So if every single person who viewed it would donate just $1, I could definitely reach my goal a lot faster. But also, like Stacy said, it just takes that one person to see. So just sharing, not even just sharing, but sharing, tagging. If you have any idea who might be able to finance this, to reach out to them, reach out to me. Again, my name is Mandy Vara, and my Facebook, the Black Sheep Retreat on Facebook, facebook.com/Black Sheep Retreat Sanctuary. And you can message me if you have networking ideas. I will reach out to anybody if you want to reach out to them too. I think that shows that I have more support. But yeah, 220,000 is an insane amount of money to me, but to the right person, the person who's donating millions of dollars to different organizations, it's doable if they believe in my vision. So I really appreciate everybody coming and joining and learning about my situation and the sanctuary. And I'm just so grateful for everybody who's donated and supported so far and shared. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for all the support. And I really hope that we can make this through. I hope that this just works out. It has to. So I will give everything, as I've said, I'll give everything in me. I just need this first little push through, and then I will give up everything I have to give them a good life.
And I can vouch that Mandy has given her everything for this. She always has for her activism, for the animals, and especially now you've been through a lot. You've been really tough. You've been hanging in there. I don't think anything really could break you, but for the animals, they need this spot. They need this space. So hopefully this will reach the right people. So yeah, just share away, guys, and you can find all her information. The link to her GoFundMe is pinned in the comments as well as under the description of the video. Please share this video. It will be once it uploads. I think it might take a second after we go out of here. It will be available to share at any time in any place. So
cool. This was actually my first YouTube live. I didn't even know YouTube had live. So
yeah, that's StreamYard, but well, I guess you could do it. I don't know. I'm still learning, so this is a learning.
Right, this is StreamYard. This isn't even YouTube. Okay.
Well, it actually goes straight to YouTube, so we are live on YouTube while we do this. So.
Oh, okay, very cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So,
awesome. Well, thank you for doing this with me, for figuring that out, and thank you everybody who helped you figure this out yesterday. I'm not sure I can't see who's watching, so I don't know
But they can
They're
always
still
watch.
listening.
That's the great thing about it being on YouTube, though, is that it saves and it can be watched at any time. So,
Yes.
and it can be shared so much easier than finding a live or anything like that. It's just always in one place. So,
Oh, great.
yeah. So yeah. Good luck, Mandy. I'm really rooting for you. And if I come down there, I want to come see you. I'm hoping to come down there soon.
Yeah.
We'll
I've
see.
had some visitors, so hopefully you can. Well, I know things are tightening up now, so I
Yeah.
won't speak at all, actually.
All right. Well, take care of yourself. I will keep an eye on how you're doing and keep in touch with me. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
All
Thank you,
right.
everybody, for watching, and thank you, Stacy, for having me.
Of course. All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everybody, thank you so much for whoever's stuck around for this. This is my first time live streaming with another person and doing a fundraiser on my channel. I do hope that it helps. I think we did get a couple of donations. Mandy is a really wonderful person that does give her all to the animals. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to let you go, and everybody have a great day.